We Connect. And We Connect is that international organization which will help support certification of women businesses around the globe. Much needed by those of us that work for multinational corporations. Her previous positions, though, included CEO for Global Enterprise Group, which helped create an initiative to train leaders of women's entrepreneurial associations from 60 developing countries. She was the senior advisor for women's entrepreneurship to the Organization for Economic Cooperation, OECD. She also was chairman of Trade Builders, which focused on cost-effective access to international markets for small and medium enterprise. Virginia has been very active with enterprises and international trade organizations, serving as an international chair for the United States Chamber of Commerce's Council of Small Business. And she was one of the very few individuals that was elected as a delegate 3 times, all 3 times, to the White House conferences on small businesses. And those conferences began in 1980 and were held through 1995, where she actually held leadership positions and co-authored many recommendations, which, ladies, I want you to know, those recommendations are now laws that protect and support us. Virginia was also national president of the National Association of Women Business Owners, NAWBO, in 1984 and 85. And she managed to get many of its members elected and or appointed to the 1986 White House Conference, a productive but grueling process that she worked to that really compared to, she, in her words, says it was like the invasion of Normandy in World War II. Imagine breaking down those barriers where women were heard directly in the halls of the Capitol and in the White House. She's well known for doing battle and for building alliances. I'm very proud to say that Virginia's relationship with IBM began back in 1992, almost 20 years ago, when Virginia was one of the key leaders of women's initiatives, and IBM invited her to a meeting that we sponsored on corporate workforce diversity. We started paying attention to women in business in '92, not just to make more money, but to escalate the role of women in our company. And we needed women like Virginia to speak on our behalf. In 1994, before there was this team that I managed, Market Development, this organization was kerneled, the genesis was led by a lady named Sherry Pease. Some of you remember Sherry. She was a visionary market executive in IBM, who was the first, Marcia, to bring some attention to women. So I stand on her shoulders, just like I stand here today on William Lincoln Lambert's shoulders. I know why I'm here. It's because people like Virginia Littlejohn and people like William Lambert did what they did so well. In 1994, Virginia met one of my managers. Some of you know her. Her name is Wanda McKenzie. Wanda now serves on Enterprising Women Magazine's advisory board. At an IBM-sponsored event of women business owners in Ghana, the continent of Africa, these 2 ladies came together. Wanda knew that Virginia was special, and she knew also that she was a courageous woman. As she attended a conference of thousands of women that had come from all over, and no one looked like Virginia. Because of that, Virginia was interested in learning more about the history of Ghana, and she came back to the United States to understand more about the diaspora and the connection of Ghanaian residents here in the United States with those family members back in their homeland. She toured the country with Wanda's help while she was there, and bravely took a solo trip to the Cape Coast slave dungeons with Wanda, where she adorned herself, later with colorful and regal Ghanaian attire for the gala that was held. She did this out of respect for the Ghanaian culture. Remember, respect is the ultimate currency. In 2002, when I convinced IBM Corporation's senior management that women's business is a global initiative and that our company should take the leadership role, the first person that we called was Virginia Littlejohn. We needed her global insights. She is currently, because of that alliance and relationship, going to open our eyes. She's in the final phase of writing the global roadmap to 2020, fueling the growth of women enterprises and development over the coming decade. The executive summary is a document that is being released at this conference for this special occasion, and I can't think of a better time than Women's History Month, nor a better occasion than the 10th anniversary celebration. How fitting it is that she is inducted into the Hall of Fame. A more detailed document will be released in June. It will first be presented to Congress, the White House, and the Small Business Administration. But if you attend the session right after lunch, you'll get that executive summary briefing document today. Virginia, what an honor it is on behalf of enterprising women and all of us that are assembled here today to stand up and say, we want to thank you for your long-term commitment, your leadership, your support on behalf of women and women business owners around the world. You didn't wait to be appointed by a president. You became your own global ambassador at large for women, and we appreciate your leadership. I would also like to personally thank you for your many years of support and partnership with IBM. You make us look good. We're building a Smarter Planet campaign, and this 2020 roadmap falls right in place with making this world smarter by focusing on the smartest talent in the world, women. Virginia, you're more than deserving of this honor. Your induction into the 2010 Enterprising Women Magazine esteemed Hall of Fame is one of the greatest currencies of respect that we can bestow. Ladies, please stand to your feet and congratulate Virginia Littlejohn.